Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 17. Honey, half on love, half on marriage, okay? I believe the season finale comes on next week, which means we'll be getting the reunion coming up. I am, happy to see that because this has been a long. I feel like all the shows right now have been on all year and I'm over all of them. So I can't wait for just a breath of fresh air with some newness come around here sometime in December, okay? But y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, make sure to subscribe to my channels to become a whole JayBird, dun, okay? Subscribe to this channel, Jaylee's Corner. Subscribe to my Jaylee's Corner Talk channel. Yes, please and thank you. Y'all know to do all of these things up here. I said all the time, liking and commenting and sharing and relaxing and centering yourself and inhaling. All these things should be done on a regular. Okay, on the regular. Do not forget to follow me on social media at Jaylee's Corner and please like and subscribe. Okay, let's get into this episode. I'm like, me and the girl were talking in the DMs, and Niecy had asked if this episode was boring. I was like, was it boring? I mean, it's the cousin of boring. It was a very slow episode. Even though it started off with the fussing and cussing of Martell and Mel, I still feel like it was very slow. Okay. So it was for sure the cousin too boring and whatnot. Okay. So Mel and Martell is still out here fussing. I would not be on camera today because I don't feel like it. Y'all know it's the weekends. I've been trying to chill on the weekends. But Mel and Martell are still fussing. Okay, fussing and cussing back and forth. Martell is really still upset. What is the thing? Mel is like, look, I just need you to respect my boundaries. Okay, we have boundaries set right now. Can you respect those going forward? And he like, well, forget your boundaries. Okay, forget you and your men. Okay, because you made 2 songs about me or whatever. And you was also speaking about me on social media. So I don't care about your boundaries. I don't really care. Okay, she went to our favorite restaurant with somebody else. So yes, I was petty. Okay, and I went and I recorded them or whatever because it was my first time seeing her with somebody else. Well, you keep saying she cheating. So if you've never seen her before with anyone else, how you know she was cheating? Okay, a liar don't care who tell it. Okay, anyway, he tells her and he's yelling and he's heavily aggressively yelling and fussing with her, like, I don't care what you think. I'm saying I ain't no fake ass person like you. I'm saying I ain't gonna be the one being fake on social media, whatever. I'm saying I'm gonna be petting your face. I was like, Martell is fully crazy and deranged. And the fact that she was able to just laugh at how pathetic he was and yelling and fussing with her about the fact that his ex-wife, remember, he and Mel are divorced. They're divorced. So you have no reason to want to be that petty in person to run up on her while she's on there. Because if you feel like that's her restaurant, you don't own that restaurant, sir. Okay, you didn't pay the mortgage on that restaurant, sir. You don't own anything. That ain't your restaurant. And if she like food snare, she can go there with someone else if she chooses to do that. So could you. He is a plum fool. Okay, I don't give a F about you or your ugly ass dude. I'm like, why the dude gotta be ugly? And Mel said, I don't care about you either, Martell, or your ugly hoes. I'm like, come on, the ugly hoes. And when Martell then said his ugly hoes compared to her, I was like, I don't think so. You can say a lot about Mel. You can't say much about Mel. But Mel is a beautiful woman. So to make it seem as if the women you date look better than or as good as her, I don't believe you because I have never seen coleslaw, but everyone has always said Mel looks better than coleslaw. So my thing is, stop trying to act like you have someone who's better than her. Boy, bye, okay. But anyway, and Mel, like, look, I just need you to leave me alone or whatever. And I can't believe you came to a public place where people know us to act a fucking fool. Okay. Well, right. Even say they know. Right. It's our I'm like, it's not y'all restaurant. I think her point was y'all are public figures. So you act the plumb fool will attract attention. But he's stupid, okay? And the fact that after he yelled, cussed, and fussed the whole time, trying to blow a house down like a wolf. He calmed down when Mel refused to like keep fussing. Mel raised her voice to you. What I'm trying to say is, because he kept yelling. So then she had to yell. I mean, it was a girl, and it's like, Martell, you would think that you would act calm because you were on your work site. You acted plum fool at work in front of all the employees. Okay, you are the weakest link. Anyway, she eventually got her car pulled off because it was a bunch of bullshit. And she did say sometimes they have good parenting days, but she don't know how they're going to be able to move forward after this debacle. Because it was some bullshit, okay? We then see Kimmy meeting up her friend Patricia. So she's known Patricia since she was younger. Okay, she's known her for years. But Patricia also, knows Maurice, and she also knows Kyle, okay? And Kimmy is still trying to clear up this whole side chick rumor story or whatever. So because Patricia knows all parties involved, I feel like Patricia's here to kind of back up Kimmy's story or whatever, okay? So this is Kimmy was like, look, at the end of the day, she felt like the story or the rumor of her being a side chick, it started with Kiowa saying that, not as a fact, but as a, like she was a side piece. And she said it as like a possibility, not that she knew it happened. But again, when she said it, everybody ran with it. And Kimmy had been trying to, disassociate herself with that notion since then. And I would too, because who wants to be known as a sad chick to Maurice? Because it's like, grandma, that be. Anyway, so she brings up how, well, first of all, when I met him, she said, well, first of all, I did not know him when he was married to her. Okay, I didn't meet him. I didn't even know him when he filed for divorce first or second time. Okay, by the time you introduced me to him, he had already signed the divorce papers. And my thing is this: you can't be a side chick to someone who's divorced because he's divorced. So it's like, Kyle, what were we talking about? And Patricia brought up how Maurice had moved from Michigan to Florida with the whole slut in Florida, out there sowing his roads. And then he moved to Huntsville. And she brought up how when he was in Huntsville, she had moved in with him a little bit, but to stay somewhere. And then later on, she introduced Kimmy and Maurice to each other. And that's how that happened. So the friend even bring up how, Maurice was fully over his marriage. Like he had like fully left her, moved from state to state because he was done. And it wasn't until after I knew he signed the papers and he said he was done that I, introduced y'all together. And so I feel like no one believed that Kimmy was actually the side chick. The hard part came in when we kept seeing people kept joking about it and how Maurice kind of would never address it. But Kimmy said when she, went to him, like, why don't you even, like defend me? He said, well, because it's not true. So, we don't need to give any, attention to something that isn't true. I'm like, bro, yes, you do. And Kim said, well, we do because it's my character. So, I'm not going to let that fly, whatever. So that was that whole conversation. Even though Patricia brought up how Tisha also did not back Kimmy up in the whole sad chick story, I was like, girl, we don't care about Tisha right now. Leave Tisha alone or whatever. They do get on the whole group text, debacle or whatever, where Kimmy admits how for her, I just did not like Tisha texting me about money. Okay, in a group text. That was some bullshit. I never responded because one, I felt some kind of way. I felt it was petty of her to do that. So I was petty back and it didn't respond, and it was. Um, she brings about for over 10 years. Tisha has never sent a text message in the group, nonetheless, asking for money, to sponsor her event. So I was like, I get Kimmy's point. I do feel like adults should not text other adults for money like that if y'all supposedly always have conversations on the phone. But I also felt like Kimmy not responding should not have been a big deal. I think the conversation they had should have been a big deal, not the fact that Kimmy did not respond. But again, that's just on them. That on me. That ain't on me, and that's on P. Okay, so we're gonna move on from there. We then see Tisha gets home, okay, and when she does, there's these two random people there. Okay. I'm like, who is these people? What is going on? Um, and because she walked in the house, hands full of bags. I'm like, why didn't Marcel help her carry the bags? And she had some Wendy's, had some drinks, had some bags, was out shopping or whatever. And she's like, baby, who's these people? He said, oh, it's a surprise. I'm like, don't surprise me with no man or woman. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Now it was Kristen and Julian, who are money experts, who I guess have wrote a book too, that Marcel wanted to surprise Tisha with. Surprise! And when the people said, well, he told us how much you love surprises, I say, you know what? Marcel is a petty bitch, okay? It really is get back about her surprising him with the vow renewal, her surprising him with the whole compensation or whatever. So he's for sure trying to get back at her because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay. Anyway, so I was like, I mean, whatever. But Tisha was open to the conversation. Let me get my notepad. What's going on? Let me get comfortable or whatever. And then they bring up how. So what is the issue between y'all? And Marcel brings up how, well, I feel like, okay, Tisha spends too much money. She even wanted us to buy two trucks. Now, see, he said that, and that was basically kind of a lie because she explained, oh, no, 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 no. Okay. She's like, well, no, I buy things for myself and the kids. He buys things for just himself. Okay. So we do two different kind of shoppings around here. And she brings about, I wanted a work truck. Okay. I told him I wanted a work truck or whatever. And because the transmission went out on his truck, he went out and bought a whole new truck, which was dumb because he should have gotten the transmission fixed on his truck and then got me a truck. And then we would have two trucks. I was like, I mean, that does make common sense because it's still cheaper to get a new transmission than it is to buy a whole new car. But Marcel was stupid sometimes or whatever, okay? Now, she said, I feel like because he's the one that makes the money, he feel like he does not have to consult me about what he do, and he just buy whatever that he wants because he feel like I make the money. And the therapy lady, Julia, is it Julia? What's that Julia? What's her damn name? Kristen. What's this? Kristen and what? Kristen and Julian. Kristen say how, you know, it seemed like both of y'all had power and y'all have the power to make money decisions in different scenarios. Like Tisha has the power to spend money when it comes to her and the kids and household stuff, and where Marcel felt like he had the power when it comes to making money decisions on what to buy for business stuff. So they clash and they both feel like the other one doesn't consider them when make a purchase, or they both feel like the other one's spending too much money on whatever it is. I'm like, Marcel going out here and buying a whole truck is stupid to me. Okay, that's something to have a conversation about. Now, when the male therapist Julian brings up how well in their own marriage, him and his wife, how they both come from opposite sides of the track. I'm like, oh, that word, that phrase, and he brings up how her parents, were getting matching Teslas, okay, but his life was different because he was raised in poverty. So him being okay with his wife spending so frivolously, what I want to say, his wife was openly spending, at times was hard for him based on his past. However, that was the reason they had to have these conversations. Communicate. Communicate is always better. Okay, effective communication is key. Now, he says, so y'all have to learn to have these kind of conversations. And Marcel does admit, I do not want to go back to live in poverty. I do not want my kids living that way either. So, that's why I'm so, determined to make it and do things how we do things or whatever. And for Tisha, she said, well, I feel like the reason I do spend money is because I was raised having things. And so my mom always took me out shopping. So for me, I still shop like that as an adult. And I get that. And I feel like no one is saying that Marceau has the right to feel like he can control the money because one, he makes it, and two, he doesn't want to be broke. But I also feel like Tisha needs to stop feeling like she has to continuously shop to fill the void that's going on in her marriage. Okay, let's call it a thing. Tisha shops a lot because she feel like she needs them because she's not fulfilled within her marriage, and that's that on that. Now they then go to the room or whatever to see, okay, so what do you buy? Your clothes, shoes, purses, makeup. And when it goes to their messy ass room, I'm like, y'all didn't clean up because y'all was filming today. But again, she showed the clothes she has. First of all, Tisha's body looks amazing. Okay, look at this. Tisha could do so much better than Marceau, just simply based on how gorgeously her face and her body is. Okay, I said she is wearing this two-piece outfit. Okay, figure this nigga, and I'm not even a lesbian. Okay, I'm like, she looks great. So it's really kind of crazy how she has to deal with Marceau's antics and whatnot. Okay, but when they see the things she's bought, she hasn't really bought much. I really don't feel like Tisha has a ton of expensive, an overabundance of clothes. I do feel like she may shop a lot. I also feel like she's thrifty. She been, buy cheap stuff. But, so I don't see her spending thousands upon thousands of dollars every time she goes shop. And even if she's buying clothes and shoes and purses, I feel like none of that compares to the fact that Marcel has like 3 cars. Okay, so it's like you can't compare you spending money on cars to her buying clothes, shoes, and purses. Because again, I do not see her getting expensive, high end brand stuff. I think Tisha's like a boutique shopper. Okay, not like the Salvation Army boutique, but like somewhere in between. To where it's not that expensive or whatever, and her clothes don't look expensive. They don't look cheap either, but I don't see her like spending, 18 grand at Gucci, which would be a reason for Martha to say she spent too much money. It's like, grow up, Caroline, and whatever. Okay. Anyway, I like how they told them how, y'all both spend money. Y'all just spend it differently. And so because y'all don't communicate about it, that's what causes the tension. And I'm like, that's true. Because they admitted how they had not had conversation, well, at least multiple conversations about money. They had like one conversation, within their marriage, and that's kind of it. Because Marceau was like, I spend the money, I make the money, and it is what it is. But you have access to the money to spend whatever you need to spend. But I'm like, man, leave them be. Okay. Sit them down somewhere, close their accounts, and move on. Anyway, they do suggest, hey, y'all should have conversations like once a month just to, talk about what's going on financially, whatever, and always be on the same page. That is a wonderful idea. If you are not speaking finance with your other person, you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? And then lastly, not lastly, we get to the Desi's having like an event for her brand, the Madani thing or whatever. This is the funny part. She got that beauty spot store there in Alabama. And I have a friend who lives there, and she was like, that store is never open. It's like Destiny's Beauty Spot store, which we see on TV, that people be trying to go to, is never open. She said that, and so the other people who live in the Huntsville area. So I feel like, is Destiny's business fake? Is it not for production value? It just, you really, because if this is my thing, if you have a business that's never open, you're not a business. You could be a storage facility, but I'm not a business. If I can't buy your products in there, what's the point of you being a beauty supplies store if I can't get what I need from you? Anyway, so we do see how she brought up how it was all these changes or whatever. The date had changed, the location changed, all these things that happened, and she was able to book this event last minute. It looked nice. It was fine, fine, fine. Okay, but she then thanks Tisha for bringing the wine and being a sponsor, which kind of pisses me off. What do you mean? I'm saying, I wanted to be a sponsor too, but you didn't send me the same information that you did other people about being a sponsor, and that I didn't. I'm sorry. It slipped my mind. I apologize. And while she also brings up how I'm around Mel every day, for me, for me, it's impossible for me to think someone you see every day, and while you are planning this event that you said had all these issues, but you didn't think to ask the person who could sponsor you as well. You didn't ask, girl, if you say so, okay? And at the end of the day, when Destiny then brought up how, it's my bad or whatever, but I felt like also maybe you may not come, like you didn't come last year. So while it may have been a slip of the mind, her mind also knew what it was doing. Okay, the mind is not innocent in this and whatnot. Okay, but Mel pulls out a check, and I'm still a sponsor. Okay, I am still a gold standard sponsor. Okay, leave me alone and take my money. I was like, okay, I guess so. And then she told her, don't do that shit no more. I'm like, I might. So leave me alone, okay? So teacher then gets on. Well, speaking of spine surgeons, and Mel and Destiny, I never got a check from y'all, even though y'all offered to sponsor the race. I didn't get a check at all. And then Kimmy would to come through. Oh, but did you get my check? Yeah, I got the check from you and Maurice. Yes. And Kimmy kind of, oh, okay, cool. So what's worse? Having someone respond to your text about being a sponsor who doesn't pay you and be a sponsor, or someone who did not respond to the text but still make sure you got a check. Okay. And then when I think it was Mel. Yeah, Mel was like, did the check come before the issue or after? I'm like, girl, it don't matter. And Kimmy said the same thing. It doesn't matter when the check came. The point is she got paid. Unlike y'all. I was like, ooh, call a spade, and call a thief, call a cheap person, a cheap person. Okay. But wait, first of all, like the video. I needed some water, okay? So Kimmy thing was, when she came at me about me not responding, but y'all did and did not pay, so it was good for y'all, should be good for me. But teacher said, look at Kimmy always being petty when it comes to me, but not with Mel. And Mel was the one who called her a sad chick. I'm like, why y'all keep bringing up the sad chick shit? Leave that shit be. Okay, leave it be. Now we do see a scene of Destiny for some reason giving out trips to people at this event, and she gifted Kimmy a 7-day or 7 nights getaway to use for her honeymoon. I'm like, first of all, don't offer me no trip in front of all these folk like I can't afford it. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, ma'am. But she did it. Now I would also take the check, not the check, the trip. Okay, I'm gonna go, but I don't think I would like announce it as a honeymoon. I would announce it as just a little vacation, okay? Because I don't want anyone feeling like they supplied me with my honeymoon. I don't want that to happen at all. Now we do see a little scene of Tiffany and Tisha walking off. I was bored with that because I was like, why are they having a conversation? And I think it's because Tisha was tired of fussing with Kimmy a little bit. But she tells Tiffany how, I don't really know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything about you. You're supposed to be extremely transparent, but I don't feel that right now. And Tiffany then brings up how both her and Lewis were married and they both were divorced and they both cheated on their spouse. And when they got together, they, I guess, had an open conversation about them cheating, why they cheat, all stuff that to me did not matter. Because when Tisha asked her, because she said we both discussed the reasons we cheated. So Tisha asked, well, what was the reason you cheated? Well, she said, well, I didn't cheat like in my marriage. I cheated on him like in high school. I'm like, you are in your 40s, okay? Or your late 30s. I don't know. But to be having a conversation about an ex-husband who you cheated on in high school, girl, you don't get out my face. I thought you cheated as a full-grown adult, and I feel like Tisha felt. Tiffany did not really answer the questions. She also was not being transparent because she never really spoke about the reason she cheated. When Tisha asked if she felt like um, like you deserve better. Okay, or like he wasn't enough. Tiffany would not really say that because all she said was, well, he's deceased now, so I don't want to, say that he wasn't enough. And I'm like, look, Tiffany was speaking of circles, squares, and triangles, and it wasn't being transparent. It was not transparent. It was not transparent at all. Okay, and now it's like, get out my face. Now we do see the last scene of Kimmy and Maurice. He surprised her with a little pop-up picnic dinner at a hotel. It was cute, cute, cute. He just told her how, I talked with Dr. Francis or whatever, and he helped me realize that one, um, I've created a second wife on my job. And I need to stop that shit and put it in time with you. So I've also hear you too, with you saying, I need to be around more, whatever. So this is what I'm doing. This is me putting in more effort to be here for you. And Kim was like, that's the same thing I've been saying, but thank you to Dr. Francis if he's the one that got you to hear it. It's weird because Maurice said how Dr. Francis speaks man. It's like, do men need to hear a man's voice to make common sense shit make common other sense? I was confused. I'm looking like it wasn't anything that Kimmy had not been telling you. So why did it not click into Dr. Francis said whatever it was that he said that made you feel like, oh, I need to start being with my wife more? Yes. We've been saying that the whole time, okay? But I was like, whatever. Now he then gives her a piece of paper that was blurred out. We find out that was him announcing they're going on their honeymoon, where he say no one can come, and she said whoever can come because again I'm gonna have fun regardless. And she does bring up how this is two trips, there's two honeymoons because of course Kimmy gifted them the honeymoon as well, and he said well, she can't come. I don't know why she up here giving it. I was like I don't know either. It was a weird gift to give somebody a honeymoon. Now, I know we talked to Kimmy we talked to her twice, once in July and then once last month on the panel for Uli's first. And she did say that her and Destiny have gotten really close. So I'm assuming that's why, because otherwise I don't know. I'm confused or whatever. But again, she's happy for them to be going on at least one honeymoon. And he's actually listening to her and trying to be a nice husband. But whatever, okay? But that was the end of the episode. Do not forget this Tuesday, the 23rd, the Ladies First panel will be on my channel. Y'all know Thanksgiving is this Thursday, so we moved up our date. So this Tuesday at 9:30 p.m., the Ladies First panel will be on my channel. And then the following week, on Wednesday, December 1st, we will be on Jamie's channel because the Thursday after this, well, next week Thursday, it's the Bone Thugs and Harmony versus. So again, this Tuesday on my channel, next Wednesday on Jamie's channel. Okay. Other than that, I will see y'all later. I will see y'all when I see y'all. It'll probably be tomorrow because I don't think the rest of the day I'm going to be on camera either. Even when I do Potomac and I do whatever else that comes on today, I'll probably be off camera. But anyway, gotta go. Peace.